Alright, I'm going to talk about how to distinguish when you are in a low vibrational state and how to basically pull yourself away from yourself in order to be able to raise your vibration back up to a normal state. So basically, it's about noticing your particular feelings in the moment of feeling them, but also it's about like understanding that everything that you come across in your reality or your life is something that's being put in front of you in order for you to be able to grow. So this experience of this emotion that you're feeling, it was put there for you to feel it in order to look internally in the moment of feeling it and to basically understand where that emotion is coming from and to accept it and to integrate it into your being, and then that emotion kind of goes away. So the most difficult one, it seems, or one of the most difficult ones to do it with is anger, because it's such a powerful emotion, and it deals with your root chakra or your red ray energy. And hello, I'm making a video, but yeah, so it deals with your red ray energy. So basically, it's like the first thing that your body or mind attaches to whenever the experience comes up. So if you have a blockage in one of your first three chakral areas, or like your energy centers of the red, orange, or yellow areas, then what's going to happen is, depending on the blockage that you have, and also I can explain more on integrating understanding of the blockages and feelings that you feel, because a lot of people have empathic traits that they don't understand that they have, and so when you feel when you feel something, like what I used to do is I would identify with whatever I felt. So basically, like, I'd be like, okay, I feel anger right now, so I am angry. But at this point, what happens is I recognize the feeling, and then honestly, the easiest way for me to be able to bring myself back to center is to look around me and understand that those feelings are being projected at me from somewhere else, and to be able to integrate my understanding of that emotion by basically ignoring it. So I still feel anger and I still feel all these feelings, but I don't give it attention for it long enough for it to culture and manifest into anything bigger than just that feeling at that one specific time. And so anger is the first thing that's going to come up if you have a root chakra blockage. So what's going to happen is, like, the energy is going to flow through you, and then the energy of that emotion, like, so basically what happens is, when energy flows through you, based on the way that you react to that energy, is the emotion that you feel. So when you have a blockage in that root area, the first thing that you feel is anger, and then the sacral is more of fear. So anger is generated by a fear normally. So or it has a correlation, a very, very hardcore correlation. So basically, like, the red ray energy of anger moves into fear, which is orange energy, and then that fear can move into basically malice and like hatred towards society and towards yourself, which is then the yellow ray energy. So and the way to alleviate that suffering that you feel is to continue that and move up into the heart energy, which is unconditional love. So when you recognize the unconditional love that underlies everything, then you can reevaluate your position on the way that you feel, and you can assess it from the filter of unconditional love. So what will happen is, like, when you feel that anger, in order to let go of that blockage, you would have to recognize that anger is a manifestation of something that needs to be fixed inside of you, and then to recognize that, and then basically integrate that in that moment. So it's basically just let it go. So you have to recognize that this anger is not something that I am identified with. It's something that I'm experiencing, but it's not something that I'm identified with. So then you can watch the anger kind of just very quickly dissolve into another feeling of maybe happiness, or like even satisfaction of the fact that you were able to like dissolve your anger in the first place. So it can be a constant loop of just good feelings if you wanted to. And you can just make yourself feel better and better by just being happy at the fact that you were able to dissolve these negative feelings. And it's just really positive. But yeah, like fear. Okay, so yeah, so after you dissolve that anger, what happens is you move into your orange ray energy, and that orange ray energy is still going to have a blockage, obviously. So you're going to feel fear over the fact that you just dissolved that anger at first, because like what's going to happen is like it's not particularly, it is fear, but it doesn't feel like fear. It feels more of like a self-loathing / doubt kind of thing, like where you're like, oh well, I should be feeling this anger because of this reason that my ego wants to say that I feel it for. And the fear aspect is the fear of overcoming that ego of that like anger emotion that you don't want to feel, because if you don't want to feel anger, then you have to at some point let go of the anger, because the only reason you're feeling anger is because subconsciously there's a part of you that wants to feel that anger. So moving into that, you have to let go of that fear of letting go of that anger, and then like that fear of the fact that everything could just be okay, and you don't have to control everything in order for it to work out in the way that it needs to work out. And that'll move into your yellow ray energy, which is your self-confidence. And your self-confidence will skyrocket once you start to realize that you have the power to react over these. You have the power to react to these situations, and you realize that you have the power to be able to, overcome anger or any kind of negative emotion. Depression, all of that, anxiety, all of it like correlates with the same thing. And I can go into those at some other time. I just go into specific anger because of the fact that it's the first thing, the root energy that you feel. So it's like the thing that most people on the planet are feeling at the moment because of their inability to, not inability, but like their unwant to look at their systems of of energy, and a misbelief on, not misbelief, but like an unbelief on any of this stuff in the first place. But I've recognized it and seen it, and it's pretty obvious to me, and like all these connections are very easy to make at this point. I just like see them everywhere. So I would love to just continue sharing that. But yeah, that was basically just how to deal with your random fears and angers. So I'll make another one really soon. But have a great day. And look at this awesome crystal. Isn't that cool? The person said it was a twin flame one. It's funny. It's a citrine, a really dark citrine. Have a great day.